MC for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Lake! Yeah! Having to come on stage Thursday night! Yes! Oh, man. So moped gangs are a thing that exist. I don't know if you guys knew about that. They got leather jackets and they got patches, and those guys, oh man, so tough. So tough. I got a friend of mine down in Austin, Texas. He's in a moped gang. Those guys are so tough, when his moped got stolen, they all banded together, posseed up, and helped him put up flyers. So tough, those guys. I saw a homeless guy on the street the other day. He had a shirt on that said, "Got fish." And I don't really know what that means, but I do know he didn't think it was funny when I said, "No, but I can help you. I can teach you how to catch one." Did not think that was funny at all. So every single time that I'm having sex with a girl and I need to use lubrication, I always make a point to pour a little out for all the other women that I couldn't get wet. You gotta, it's out of respect. Out of respect. I'm not a very competitive person. Last time I really challenged myself was to finish before the Girls Gone Wild commercial was over. Anybody else? No? It's time for me to upgrade my phone, and I don't know if I should upgrade my iPhone 3G to an iPhone 4, an iPhone 4S, or shoot myself in the face because it's not going to make me happy and we all die alone. iPhone 4S, got a really good camera, got Siri. On the other hand, true happiness comes from within, you guys. I used to really like picking dry glue off of glue bottles. Used to really, really enjoy that. It gave me a tremendous amount of pleasure. And when you're a kid, you hear, if you like something, you should try and make it into a career. I found out very quickly there's no money in that. There's no money in picking the dry glue off of glue bottles. So I did the next best thing, which was to go to a small liberal arts college and get a humanities degree. There is as much money in that. None. Not a single bit. I had a really great roommate named Jeremy while I was in this small liberal arts college. It was a very, very liberal arts college. So liberal that I was just totally, it was cool for me to just sleep naked. And I really liked doing that. And so we had bunk beds in the dorm. I was in the top bunk, he was on the bottom bunk. One night, as I was going to throw myself into the top bunk, he's sitting down there reading a book and he looks up as I'm going like this. And he says, he just stops mid-sentence and he says, "Your balls look really big tonight." Which kind of let me know that he'd been checking me out for quite some time and he'd been taking notes. Like every single night he's like, "Oh, it might snow tomorrow. Barometric pressure drop." That was the best night of sleep I ever got, actually, because I knew that there was somebody else in the world who cared more about the state of my testicles than I did. Slept soundly. So, I used to be an art model for an art class. It was good money, really good money, and I didn't have to do anything. I just sat around naked, but I had to give it up, because one day I made the mistake of looking at the picture somebody had drawn of me. This isn't awful, but I have to look at this every day, and I'm not happy with it. And then to look at what somebody's drawn of you, and this isn't someone who's good at art, this is someone who is learning how to draw. So all that you see is just this strange lumpy mass on the paper. And then every single time I would go there afterwards to model, I would be standing there stark naked, completely still. And all I could do was all I'm staring at is like the back of all these easels. And on the other side, my brain is just putting nightmare after nightmare after nightmare. Like the kind of nightmare that like you wake up and you have to go wake somebody else up so that you know that you're not sleeping anymore. Like I had to quit. It was too much of just a strain on me. I really like living in Wisconsin though. All right. Got one of the earlier ones? Is that what happened over here? So I really like living in Wisconsin, though, because you have something here that I like to call Wisconsin skinny. Which is that guys like me, this is cool. Ladies, too, it's like, honestly, like the bar is just set a little lower here. The entire state has managed to agree to just everyone just grades being overweight on a curve. Just all of it. Which I love. I'm something of a hypochondriac. But not in the sense that I go to the doctor every single time that I think I'm going to die. I just resign myself quietly to just die. To just go, I'm just gonna throw the towel in that easily. I'll give you a for instance. The other day I was in the shower and I looked down and in the bathtub was a dead spider. The first thought I had was, that was inside of me. And the reason why it's out now is because it just laid babies. Me being me, I'm like, oh, I gotta spend the rest of the day picking names. Oh, man. There's Charlotte, and there's Itsy and Bitsy, and then you run out real quick. All of a sudden you're like, Spider-Man, and I don't know. I realized the other day, hipsters and post-World War II Nazis have something in common. Neither of them will admit who they are. They just won't. I am sorry, guys. Those 6 million cans of PBR did not crush themselves. All right, you guys ready to get this show started? Yeah! Come on! Are you guys ready to get this show started? Absolutely! Yeah! Got one question? Are there any birthdays in the house? We got any birthdays? Many happy returns over there. We got any bachelorette parties? Nobody's getting married. Awesome. Awesome. Your next comedian, I just met him outside. Awesome guy. He does the celebrity voices on Family Guy. He was on the roast of Gene Simmons. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Craig Gabb.